Hey guys, this is Force Reacts, and I'm back to react to My Hero Academia, Season 6, Episode 18, Izuku Midoriya and Tomura Shigaraki. So yes, what happened last time is that we kind of kept going through the backstory, the aftermath of the entire war. I say war, but it was really it really was just a raid arc more than it was a war arc. But anyway, we also got further into Endeavor's backstory and like the backstory of Toya and just how screwed up that was. And yeah, we also realized that the entire Todoroki family just has issues. I mean, we kind of already knew that. But at the same time, they're being like, "Don't worry, Endeavor. We're standing with you. We'll get through this together as a family." And I'm just looking at them, going like, "Guys, you need professional help. There needs to be actual therapists involved, because even then, I don't think the most qualified shrink out there could come close to solving this messed up family issues." But yeah, these past few episodes have been really great because we've been focusing on literally everybody but Deku. No offense to Deku, I think he's a fine protagonist. But it seems it seems that whenever we focus on literally anybody but him, the story gets far more interesting. Because yeah, he suffers from he's a more regular protagonist in a world where literally everybody else is just interesting and complex, including the villain. So, and considering he shares the title of this episode with Tomura, aka probably my favorite new gen villain, yeah, I'm hoping we get more of that. So, and I'm going to guess we're going to get more of, like, Midoriya and the Vestiges. Like, maybe he'll talk to, like, Nana Shimura more. And, yeah, maybe talk to the first user, Yoichi, I think his name was, more. Maybe we'll even see, like, a whole bunch of the other Vestiges. Maybe we'll figure out what their powers are. And I really hope we get to learn them ahead of time this time, instead of Midori just pulling float out of his ass in the middle of the battle and revealing to us that he learned it off screen, and that just did not sit right with me. But whatever. I've been prattling on way too long. Let's just jump right in.
Let them be okay.
Yeah, okay,
We need
yeah.
to have ourselves a talk before you wake up.
Okay, yeah. So we are. Oh, we're just seeing all the Vestiges right now. Okay, that's
My apologies.
interesting.
The
All right.
timing's not ideal.
Okay, those two are just facing a wall. All right. They get put in timeout, or?
This is happening now.
We gained even more freedom. It's now far easier for us to appear before you.
Okay. All right.
You worry, we'll still get
So this okay, yeah. So like, yeah, the quirk is just rapidly evolving, and
Oh, right.
okay,
You don't have a mouth and
yeah, Midoriya still can't talk, but like,
Back then,
all right, again, but at the same time, he does seem to like
I wasn't able
like
to
it does seem to
voice
be there be less of that stuff around him,
my
so
mouth
it's
starting to take shape.
yeah, it's okay, all right.
must understand what you're.
You unintentionally tapped into my quirk and used it on the field.
Oh, okay,
According to All Might,
yeah, all right,
Fielder's quirk was the ability to
right, yeah, okay, yeah,
It was kind of a shock,
Yeah, it
to be
was-
honest.
oh, all right, yeah, like he all of a sudden like another quirk just randomly appeared, and I do like that this time it was just kind of he just accidentally tapped into it, because that's kind of how I preferred that whole thing, rather than him learning float off screen. So
Era. We discovered I died of old age.
oh
But he was so young.
oh
I was
old
as
age
young
at
as
age 40.
neither
Okay,
Roger nor I had any way of knowing how we died.
huh, all right.
I found out because I always knew I didn't stand a chance of defeating him myself.
You know what? Practically, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Improve the quirk force.
yeah, he's like, no, I can't defeat All For One as I am now, so the best I can do is train this quirk as much as I possibly can, and then pass it down to the next guy, and hopefully that will be enough. Okay, that's actually really cool. Right, yeah.
That's correct. Which is exactly
So-
the reason we needed to talk to you.
So I'm gonna
Yagi
guess,
is fully aware of what a burden it is to carry one for all.
right, yeah.
You have to deal with.
Is it because he's quirkless, and like he became like a,
Most of us didn't have the power long. We died in battle.
right,
or
yeah.
of old
They either
age.
died or in battle or of old age, yeah.
What was the intrinsic difference between Yagi and Shinomori?
Right, yeah. One had a quirk and the other did not. Okay.
All Might was quirkless.
Yep.
A person's consciousness is etched into their quirk factor. So why is Yagi's vestige here, even though he didn't have an ability of his own?
Oh
I
yeah,
always thought
that
a piece of the user ended up inside
that is
the quirk
interesting.
because of the power they
Okay, so even...
More precisely,
Alright, so All Might is still technically connected to One For All, or rather, this little piece of his consciousness went along with the transfer of One For All. Okay,
with no
interesting.
work of his own, if it's not empty when they inherit One For All,
Ah, okay,
it flows,
so...
eating away.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, in terms of a glass, like, if the glass is already full, aka the water being the quirk, you can't just pour another... You can't just pour more water into it. It's gonna either overflow or shatter the glass. That's...
This ability
Okay,
is
that...
passed from person to person,
Alright, that's at least very interesting.
when wielded by someone born powerless.
So yeah, so Midoriya does not have to worry about dying of old age. And now I can't help but imagine the consequences if, like, All Might actually did choose, like, someone like Mirio. Like, how long would Mirio last with that kind of power? Like, do you think he would die by the age, like, 20 or something like that? Or would he just die immediately? That's very interesting.
You might be the last person who wields One For All.
Okay, the potential last wielder. Okay. Yeah, because the quirkless population has been shrinking more and more, so who knows when Midoriya is going to find someone like him.
Can you kill Tomura Shigaraki?
And that's quite the loaded question, Nana.
Because that's the person All For One raised him to be. My brother was incarcerated.
So yeah, okay, they're just like, look, Tomura's situation is very unfortunate. Like, you know, the way he was brought up, that's terrible and all. But the person who he is now, like,
We both ended up
this really does, man, just to call back to, like, the Star Wars, like, you know, the Star Wars reference, because
in order to
that was,
For All surrender. You gotta come at it
like, because I compared, like, you know, All For One and Tomura's relationship to, like, Palpatine and Vader, and now, like, it seems as though Deku is going to be the proverbial Luke Skywalker in this matter. No, there's still good in him. I'm going to save him, and yeah, and I'm gonna guess that's the kind of, like, plot we're gonna be going with. Like, despite everyone telling him no, Vader can't be saved, Luke was still able to bring Anakin back.
It's disgraceful that I failed to achieve my goal.
Yeah, there we
Now I
go.
have to rely on a
Like, this,
16-year-old.
yeah,
However,
again, the situation is terrible,
that monster manages to
but
fully awaken.
look at where we are now. Like, I understand the Vestige's point of view, and to an extent I can understand Deku's point of view. Again, the proverbial Luke Skywalker thing, but, like,
And
whatever.
I believe Tomura is one. In the end, will you have the resolve necessary to kill him?
Right, is saving him and killing him going to be the exact same thing, or, like,
He looked like he was in trouble. No, that's what it felt like.
Oh, okay, his voice is starting to become more and more clear.
One for all, we were so close.
I'm not sure if it's just because I'm getting used to hearing his muffled voice, or...
In the depths, one for all isn't a power meant to do harm. It's a power meant to save.
So, yeah, okay, man, Deku really is just going into this with a Naruto mentality. Like, I'm reminded of, like, Naruto's talk with Pain, and, like, despite how many people Pain had killed, many of which were very close to Naruto, like, Naruto still wanted to save Pain at the end of the day, and, like, convinced him to come back to the light. And Deku really is just trying to do that, but who knows if that's even going to be possible.
I want to save that little kid.
Because at the end of the day, that is
Why we'll follow.
Deku's, like, whole shtick. Like, it's not like, he wants to be here more than anything else, and to his own detriment to a lot of the time.
Let's skip the intros so I can get straight to the important stuff.
All right, yeah, we still got to talk about. Yeah, there's this whole thing called One For All that we've been hearing about. Can you tell us?
but also for the safety of the world.
Things have changed so much, so quickly.
Yeah, when you have a secret as big as this, it's all
Types to back down.
like I am a big believer in, like, the truth always comes out, and it's not. Yeah, it's going to.
Tell you everything.
Okay, so all right, All Might is going to make the is making the decision to tell the truth about One For All. Okay, we'll see how much he reveals, but whatever.
If he had activated his quirk, the damage would have been unimaginably worse than it already was.
Right, yeah.
I want to bring him in for his crimes.
You at least somewhat understand, like, the thought process. Like, yeah, he may be a government psyop, but, like, if Twice had activated his quirk, if Twice had been allowed to live and activated his quirk, yikes.
It was the villains who did this, sure, but the only reason they were able to wreak havoc on such a scale is because of your mistakes.
Yeah, there we go.
You're crying and carrying on. Would that make your mother better?
Huh? No, of course it wouldn't. But you
I mean, yeah, the heroes made a gigantic mistake, and they're trying to own up to it.
That starting today, UA High and other schools with hero courses will be designated as emergency shelters. There should be
Okay.
in these facilities for anyone who is scared or
all right, that's a...
Families of enrolled students are already moving into these buildings.
Okay, that is a... That's a solution, I guess. I'm not sure how well that would work out, but whatever.
I had a letter from Midoriya on my door.
Us too. What is this?
Wait, what?
All for one.
So,
The villains are out.
Doesn't make any sense.
oh, so, like, he literally told them everything via letter. Okay.
Uraraka, and it's dangerous to be near me.
Oh, no. Okay, so,
So I'm leaving you.
like, I knew there was, like, a sort of vigilante Deku arc at some point. I knew that, like, because when, like, manga images started popping up in my recommendations, like, I knew it was coming, like, eventually, but, like, dang it, man. Again, like, to his own detriment, he is trying to save as many people as possible. And so, in trying to keep his friends out of harm's way, instead they are going to be harmed emotionally. So, great.
In April, Deku left our hero academy.
Oh wow, okay. You could have gone with all you could have said Deku left our hero academia. You could have said that, but okay, whatever. Okay. Minor complaint at the end of the day.
Looks like a huge
Yeah, Deku does not look well. Yeah, there we go. He's putting on the mask. Yeah, okay, I've seen it. The final act begins. Alright. Alright. Which is weird because I know even season 7 isn't the end, so who even knows if season 8's going to be the end? Then again, I don't really know, like, how far we are in compared to the manga. Like, I don't know what percentage of the story is left, but I'll figure it out when we get there. But yeah, all right. So we got more. I'm guessing this just wraps up the aftermath portion of, like, you know, the whole raid on the villains, and now we're heading in properly to the next arc, which is, I'm going to guess, being about Deku becoming a vigilante and just going around Japan, I guess, and, you know, taking out, you know, the villains who are breaking out of prisons. So, yeah. Who knows? Maybe we will get that prison arc that I was talking about a few episodes ago, but who knows? But yeah, alright. I guess that ends the first, I don't want to say that ends the first bit of this entire final war arc or whatever, because that did end, like, quite a few episodes ago, but we are done with the aftermath portion, the post-raid arc, I guess I'll call it. So, yeah, anyway, next time we're reacting to Season 6, Episode 19, Full Power, with 2 exclamation marks. That's how you know it's going to be important. So, yeah, I got nothing else to say, so I'm just going to end the video here. So, yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.